Hi everyone, welcome to Truth FM. This is The Way and this is our new YouTube channel, and we are here to share with you all what we have for you this week and what the Lord wants to deposit in us. And my name is Richmond and I'm here with
Eno.
So Eno is going to share with us what we have in store this week. So Eno.
Yes, we have a lot of awesome things in store that we're going to talk about. We're talking about stewardship, and we're going to hit on righteousness, consistency, and not losing sight of our sonship or daughtership in the Lord.
Well, I hope it's going to bless everyone watching us, and thank you all. Once again, we want to just let you know that if you want to get the notifications whenever we go live, just hit on the subscribe button and then click on the button over there to just receive notification whenever we go live.
The first area I want to talk about is regarding righteousness. So in the first area, Richard, you stirred. These guys like go and
I'm like, Eno is flowing and I love it.
Hey,
and
listen,
I'm ready
listen.
Yeah.
The first part is regarding righteousness, and we can look at the older brother, and the older brother. He's been with the Father the whole time. He's been doing everything right? He's known by his good works. He's known by just being, consistent. So I guess the first question is, how can we learn from the older brother on how to be, consistent in God, right? In our righteousness. How can we learn from that? I guess that's the first question.
Wow. And well, I guess the question is to everyone. So if you are watching
yes, how can we be consistent in God? How can we be consistent in God? I guess that's the first question.
Okay, so it's to everyone, each and everyone watching. Whatever God is laid on your heart, just share with all of us, and then we can go on. But I know the question is, how can we be consistent in God, right? So
how can we be consistent in God?
Okay, so and we are looking at the older son. So
we're going to look at the older son who's been with him. He's a good example.
Yes.
But at the same time, he was more so fixated on works. Like he's done all of these good works. I've been with you the whole time. Yeah. Where's my party? Where's my signet ring? Where's my goat?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe, this is a very great topic, and I believe God wants to teach all of us something tonight, because I just believe that Jesus didn't just tell parables to, just excite his audience. At the end of the day, he was trying to convey a message, and I believe that is what we are looking at. So looking at the issue of righteousness, I would say that, first of all, righteousness is, when we look at the elder son, he was with his dad right from the onset. He had been with his dad. He grew up in the house. He was very, hardworking. He virtually does everything for the dad. In other words, he was a man after his dad's heart, like the Bible will allude to David. But the issue we are looking at here is the issue of righteousness. He was doing everything right. He was trying his best for his dad. But the point I want to establish here is that in the midst of all those things he was doing, it wasn't his actions that was going to make him right with his dad. His righteousness was positional. His righteousness was positional. But sometimes it seems to appear like what we do, our actions, the things that we do to please God is what actually confers his righteousness on us. But righteousness, we must understand first of all that it is positional. He was righteous with his dad. He was his dad's son, not because he decided to serve his dad. He became his dad's son because it was something that his dad had done. His dad gave birth to him. So when we are looking at righteousness in relation to the first son, I would say that first of all, we need to understand that righteousness is positional. We are righteous because God is righteous. He was a son because his dad was his father. And so it wasn't by virtue of anything that he did or any actions or inactions of his that gave him that privilege to be a son, but rather it was because his dad gave birth to him. So if I'm relating that to myself as a believer, I'm righteous because God is righteous, and He has decided to give birth to me and call me righteous. So I'm righteous because He is righteous. And we all know that God is a righteous God. He cannot be unrighteous. So I am also righteous. And so I will open that with that, and then others can also contribute. So,
Oh, man. Okay. So the next thing, if we're looking at the first son who was with his father the whole time, right? How can we look to him, say, on the positive connotation, right? How can we build consistency to continue, to manage well, to not squander, our resources, what's been given to us, our time, how do we, because there are some good qualities that he had. He was consistent the whole time. So how can we do that?
Yeah. And I still want to say, if you're watching us, just contribute. We want to hear from everyone.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. So talking about the issue of consistency, there are so many lessons we can learn from the first son, because he is a depiction of, understanding true relationship with the father. He, being the first son, could have decided that, okay, I'm the eldest and I have to leave home. Maybe I need to get married. I need to do this. Because most of the time when you are in the forefront, you may think like, oh, I have to do this before this person. I have to do this before this person. But because he understood, I would say that he understood relationship because he stayed with his dad. And he also understood the issue of seasons and timings. And through that, he became very consistent with his dad. He knew that being the firstborn, there will definitely be a time that, I may not be with my dad.
Okay.
Right. But the time is not yet up. So I need to stay. And it's all the same with our relationship with God. Sometimes God wants to, send us on a journey. He has a plan for us that at this time, maybe he want to do this in our life.
Okay.
We want to go ahead before him. But he was very, patient with his dad. He understood timings and seasons. And through that, he built consistency.
Yes.
It's just amazing, because this is what actually makes God, because that's why Jesus said to them, he said, with men it is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Humanly speaking, I don't think, a father who is born of a man and of a woman and, is in the flesh and all these earthly cravings and all that, a son will come back and then he will just say, oh, I'm glad you came back. And this, elder son is complaining and the dad is just sharing his love on the younger one. It just shows us a picture about the nature of God, And you talking about grace. Grace, to me, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, it's not fair. Because if grace was to be very fair, and then this son I don't think he would even think of coming back home. He would even think of, coming to tell his dad to make him one of the servants. So to answer your question, maybe what we can do to extend grace to other people is to, number one, maybe love them and understand that irrespective of what is going on, God still also loves them. So we need to understand the love of God, and then we also can pray for them, and because sometimes it's just in the eyes of man that we see that, oh, this person is going wayward or is doing this, but in the sight of God, he still sees the person as a perfect man or perfect righteous 100%. In fact, no stain. Yes. So